What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon GO Battle League content. And in today's video, we're taking a look at a triple shiny Shoutcast coming in hot from Papa Legba 88. Thank you very much for submitting the battles to the channel. Trainers, if you'd like to submit your own battles to the channel for Shoutcasting, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment to find that Google form, fill it in, and send the battles. And let's take a look at these battles in the Great League. Now, the trainer told me that these battles were actually... Originally, the team was played in the Catch Cup, but they continued playing it into the Great League, and we see a really nice lead here for Chargebug. They told me Chargebug is really catching a lot of good leads in the Open Great League right now. Trainer counter swaps in the Quagsire here. We're not rocking the Mud Bomb here. We got Stone Edge Aquatail, that Community Day Aquatail move here. I think I would have rather seen the Jellicent come in here as a surefire matchup against this, against the Toxapex. The Toxapex does lose to Quagsire, but it definitely has a better time when Quag's not running Mud Bomb. But anyway, we'll see the Chargebug stay in the back, or not, yeah, in the back of the team here, as we're going to see the opponent's Jellicent come in. So overall, you know, you still have a good play into the Jellicent here, but Chargebug, this opponent has a triple water team. Chargebug immediately just swaps in, has that crunch for the Jellicent, and correctly shields at the Shadow Ball, which is huge. Going for really nice timing here. 2 Volt switches into the 3 Hexes is perfect timing for your fast move here. That crunch is going to knock out that Jellicent pretty quick. Opponent has a Clodsire in the back. So in the end, yeah, Jellicent and Quagsire, they kind of handled the opponent. It's triple water. Never mind, it's not triple water. Opponent had the Jellicent on the lead. I'm silly. I'm just silly. They had Clodsire in the back, and I do promise that these are Open Great League battles. So the opponent has the Clodsire in the back. Jellicent is just chilling back there, waiting to come in, getting as much out of this Clodsire or as Quagsire as we can. I'm getting them mixed up. They're siblings. I get them mixed up a little bit, okay? But coming in to catch the move on the Jellicent, this is a huge play here. Able to take the Stone Edge off the Clodsire, and the opponent concedes the match, and that's a good game, well played. Getting into our next battle here, we've got Chargebug against an Alolan Sandslash. Not the best lead, but not the worst. Kind of neutral, especially with that crunch. Really nice to have that. So we're going to see the trainer go for the crunch here right away against this Alolan Sandslash, and they go for the Ice Punch, the CMP tie that Chargebug does lose here, but that's okay. The crunch is going to do some damage, and we save swap in the Quagsire. Opponent's got a Medicham in the back here, which means that Jellicent, Chargebug both have some decent play into the Medicham. Depending on what the opponent's got in the back, we're going to see what happens here. But CMP tie against the Medicham here. Real nice play. Able to get the Aquatail off for the opponent. Possibly might launch a Psychic off. And probably no shield or something. Oh, we're going to shield it. Psychic is going to get the shield here on the Quagsire. But we're going to see 2 Aquatails go off in quick succession here. As this Quagsire should be looking to either take switch or get that shield back very easily. Going to see the opponent decide whether they're going to shield. Nope, they are. They're going to let... oh my goodness. Confused brain is confused. They're going to shield it, not let it go. There you go, Felrose. Get your head on straight now. Going to go for a CMP tie now with this Aquatail. This could get the other shield off the opponent. And it does. All shields are now down. Chargebug could get a farm down here. Would be very nice. Ice Punch is going to take out the Quagsire. In comes the Sandslash. And the Chargebug comes in to catch a move here. Jellicent easily going to be able to get to a Surf at this point. But only if the Alolan Sandslash doesn't get to a move, which it does. So we see the Jellicent go for the over farm here. Drill Run does hit for heavy neutral damage. Opponent has an Azumarill in the back. Is 2 Shadow Balls going to be enough to KO this Azumarill? Not even close, to be honest. That's unfortunate. You're going to see the second Shadow Ball go off here. Unless the Azumarill is running single moved and is Ice Beam and no charges it. That's about the only way they lose this game. So opponent goes to the player off, KOs the Jellicent. Good game, unfortunate, but can't win them all, right? It was still fairly well played. I think the Azumarill in the back just unfortunately kind of sucked a bit. So Lantern in the lead in the next game here. You've got a good matchup in the back and a bad matchup in the back. So Chargebug does have to stay in the lead here. Makes sense. We have good coverage here, though, for this Lantern. We expect there to be... It could be a Flyer in the back, as it's normally, you know, stuff that's going to be strong against grass. You could see Fire in the back. You know, recently that team that Zionic posted with the double Fire with the Skeledirge, baby. Yep, you know it. You know it. It's a good team. I liked it. I actually played it on stream yesterday. Some really awesome battles with that team. And this is where you appreciate having the Stone Edge on the Quagsire. So where sometimes you miss the Mud Bomb, now we were glad that we have Stone Edge. That's going to do a ton of damage to the Mantine. The opponent did not even expect there to be a Stone Edge here. As we're going to see... What? The Mantine's running Water Pulse? Man, I couldn't do it. I get the appeal because it lets you win some matchups that like Steelix. I'm sure it helps you win against like things like Steelix, getting that super effective water damage off. But Water Pulse is such a bad move. Hopefully, maybe it gets updated. I don't know. But considering that, oh, that's unfortunate. I think they were looking to go for the X Scissor, but it hit it a little bit too late. Maybe trying to come in and get the energy off the opponent. Not really sure. But still, it was a good attempt. I can see the vision there, trying to get the energy off the Gligar. But 2 shields to 2 shields here. Jellicent pretty handily takes this one against the Gligar. And it's really going to depend on the opponent. Not depending on nothing. That's it. Good game. I thought for a second, you know, maybe if they had something in the back, but Charjabug gets a good lead here. Bug type is typically good against fighters, so we're going to see a crunch go off here. The stab discharge would be nice to have here, but definitely not necessary as the trainer looks to swap in to try and catch that body slam on the Jellicent, but unfortunately the opponent throws with good timing there. But the next one actually was trying to catch on Quagsire. Never mind. But we catch on the Quagsire, the second one, which is fine here. Outpacing to the Aqua Tail, but the opponent does decide to swap into a Guzzlord. This is dangerous here. Charjabug, Jellicent, not having a good time against Guzzlord, so we'll have to see what the opponent decides to do here. Is this worth a shield? I don't know. Definitely not worth a shield, but we could have gotten to an Aqua Tail there. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to be able to happen as the Guzzlord was able to get the Dragon Tail down here. But the X Scissor is going to get the first shield of the game from this opponent's Guzzlord, and they might get a second one here as the Guzzlord's starting to get a little low. Nope, the opponent just says, you know what, you can have it. Vigoroth comes in. See if the opponent's got an answer to Vigoroth, or answer to Jellicent in the back, rather. It's shielding up a Bulldoze here. Good play, and the opponent says, nah, you know what, Jellicent beats. Can't win. It's a good game. I mean, they clearly just didn't have an answer in the back for Jellicent, unfortunately. So I get a Medicham in the lead here. Good lead for the Charjabug here. As we do resist those counters, going to be a real nice way to start the match off here, getting an advantage here as the X Scissors will do enough damage to take the Medicham down to about half HP. And the Psychic is going to do a bit more, but we're already at the next X Scissor, so that's already a huge advantage, being able to outpace the Medicham as much as it does. You could even get a Volt Switch farm down almost, trying to catch a move on the Quagsire here, but the opponent unfortunately hangs onto their energy and fires off a Psychic at the Quagsire and gets the first shield of the game. Now we're going to have to see how well this... I think Aqua Tail might be a better move to go for here. As it would be not super effective. It would be same type attack bonus. I don't know if 2 Aqua Tails does as much as a Stone Edge, but getting them down into a range where the 1 Aqua Tail would KO helps get shields here, so the opponent's more likely to shield at that point. Do you get to the next Aqua Tail? No. We let the move go, probably. Yep, Foul Play gets the KO here. Charjabug's looking pretty low, very, very close to being KO'd. So Jellicent does come in, unfortunately, taking that super effective damage. But the opponent tries to catch a move, and then they come in with a Frostlass, and this Jellicent is locked and loaded on energy. The Surf comes through, gets the shield, and the opponent not going to be able to shield another move. It's the Shadow Ball. This is going to KO, and that is going to do a lot of damage. And then Charjabug comes in to catch the move. This is a great play here. Able to catch the energy. The opponent does undercharge, but unfortunately the Volt Switch KOs. That's a good game. Getting into the next battle here, we got a Charjabug Charizard matchup. Pretty good matchup here, honestly, as Charjabug gets that Charizard to get out of here. Everything on this team is a good matchup into Charizard. Like, pretty good matchup. Opponent comes in with a Shadow Quagsire safe swap here, though, and we're going to see the shiny pink Quag come in Charjabug's place here and look to start getting some damage off and try... I say try, but it's going to probably happen. Going to go for the Aqua Tail here. And the opponent may not shield it thinking it's a Mud Bomb, but they will shield up just to see what the Papa's running on his Quagsire here. Now we're going to see a shield come up from our Quagsire. Mud Bomb will come through, but 2 Aqua Tails being stored here is ideal because it still allows you to hit that Charizard with an Aqua Tail when it comes back in, if it decides to come back in, which it does. Almost would have liked to see a Stone Edge. That might have one-shot the Charizard. That would have been great, but that would have been a bad idea. But getting to the next Aqua Tail, that's going to help a lot as this Quagsire puts in a lot of work in this matchup, getting rid of over half the opponent's team all by its little self. And now you come in with Jellicent, which is much better alignment. Opponent's got a Ferrothorn, and now we're panicking. Full send it. Why is there a Ferrothorn? I haven't seen Ferrothorn in like 4 seasons, man. But thanks to the typing of the Charjabug, it does fully resist the entire moveset of the Ferrothorn. The opponent just says, I'm done. It's okay. You can have it. Good game there. Just for those wondering, the Ferrothorn gets completely walled by Charge Bug, and being able to do neutral back with the X-Scissor and Crunch just made that a very bad matchup for it. So Clodsire comes in, and the opponent says, I'm done. I got hard countered. Now here. Trainers, before we get into the next game here, I want to explain something. I'm going to stop this real quick because I want to explain something. I get very, very passionate about this, okay? Don't top left, at least until you've seen the third Pokemon, okay? For all that we know, the opponent may have had something in the back that beats the rest of this team once the Quagsire is out on the field, right? Could have been anything. Could have been like, you know, a Guzzlord, could have been a Dragonair, could have been something that had good play. So if you're going to top left, at least wait till you see the third Pokemon, just as a tip from me to you, because I've seen so many people just top left when they get hard countered on the Switch, but sometimes that's what's supposed to happen. It happens that way. You're drawing out a hard counter so that your other Pokemon can be free. That's typically what I'd see, and I want to see less people top lefting immediately. At least wait to see the whole team, and then you can make the decision to top left. I do it all the time. I top left. Y'all see me on stream. Anyway, getting into the next game here, we've got Charge Bug into a neutral matchup into this Shadow Skuntank, going straight for the X-Scissor as they would get to this before the opponent's Crunch. This is a very dangerous matchup, though, for this trainer because the Jellicent does not appreciate seeing this. So they have to stay in, shield up this Crunch, because the one Crunch would probably come close to KOing. But because of the pacing of Volt Switch and X-Scissor, it's going to allow this Charge Bug to take the Skuntank out in the one shield scenario with a pretty good amount of health left. The opponent not really sure what to do here, but okay, both moves are resisted, so I guess it's fair. Crunch and well, they even get a shield. That's amazing. You get a shield off of that, and now you're good to go. The Jellicent comes back in. They take a Dazzling Gleam. That hurts a lot, but goes for the catch on the Deoxys, throwing on alignment, unfortunately. If you just want to throw with good timing there, you preferably want to throw on 1, 3, or 5 on the odds, because that's when the opponent would be in the middle of one of their moves, and they wouldn't be able to catch like that. But the Powder Snows won't do enough damage. I think this Jellicent gets to another move here, gets to the Shadow Ball. Gonna go for the Surf. I would have probably preferred to see a Shadow Ball get full sent here, as Quagsire can easily get to a Stone Edge. But either way, well played, good game, and that'll take a win. Getting into the next battle here, we've got a Talonflame on the lead. The whole team has a very positive matchup into this, just like when we're talking about Charizard. But unfortunately for the Charge Bug, oh no. Unfortunately for the Charge Bug, Talonflame does have Fire-type fast move damage, which hurts a lot. Opponent shields up a Shadow Ball here, despite being able to cleanly live one. Charge Bug's looking pretty good here, as it's got a little bit of energy. You can overfarm by just a bit if you need to. We're going for the X-Scissor for that super effective damage. Opponent's superior just needs to do some damage to this Charge Bug, but the Charge Bug is doing quite a bit of damage in return, even with those Volt Switches being resisted. Aerial Ace will do more damage. Actually, I don't even know. I think a resisted Frenzy Plant actually does more damage than neutral Aerial Ace. I'm going to be honest. I actually don't know the math. I'm sure y'all in the comments will let me know. I haven't checked the Sims lately. I haven't. As much as I play Superior, you think I would know this stuff, but at the moment, I can't think of it. So, opponent takes the L on their Superior, lets it go down there. 2 shields to none. Is this a Brave Bird? No, it was the Flame Charge, unfortunately, but they come in with a Vigoroth, and the Stone Edge could take out the Talon. Well, we'll take out the Talonflame. The Aqua Tail could take it out, though, at some point. But we're going to see Quagsire come in here and get a lot of energy off these Mud Shots, and it's very quick, very quick. 4 Mud Shots to an Aqua Tail. Gonna go for the Stone Edge, the surprise 1-shot here at the end of the matchup. Stone Edge almost KOs here. Do you shield and farm down? I don't know if you can. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if you can, but if you can, maybe you catch a move. No, it doesn't matter, because you get in there. You catch the... Oh my goodness, the read, dude. That was a really nice read. You had a choice to either go for the Stone Edge and lose CMP. I don't know if Quagsire wins CMP. But you know what? You get the boom button. Boom! The choice was to lose CMP, because I think Talonflame wins CMP there. Or you catch. And the catch was nice. That was a very nice catch. Swampert comes in, and we're going to see a Crunch go off. Going for that early debuff, despite the opponent being able to pace to the Hydro Cannon quicker. Going to see an attempt to catch on the Jellicent, but the opponent throws with good timing here, getting that Hydro Cannon off, and they're going to be able to almost do it again, but they hold on to the... Actually, no, I think they even... 6, 7... No, they weren't at the move yet, so it doesn't matter. But the Earthquake does hit Jellicent where it hurts. Going to be able to go for a Surf before the opponent gets to their next move if they're not throwing Hydro Cannon anyway. And the Surf will KO the Swampert. Opponent comes back in with the Pidgeot, throwing on very nice timing here with that Surf. Could probably go for another one before the opponent can farm down, as that's a lot of HP to farm down on a Jellicent. So the opponent instead goes for a Feather Dance here, I imagine. Yep, that'll KO. And then Charge Bug comes back in, and in comes a Stunfisk, and this is about as good of a matchup as you could ask for the Quagsire in the end game. Should easily be able to pace this thing, have a shielding advantage, and Aqua Tails just madly outpace the Stunfisk no matter what you're doing with it. Aqua Tail is going to almost KO in the next time you throw it, and you could come out of this matchup with a Stone Edge for the Pidgeot if you really wanted to. So we're looking good here on this particular game here. Going to be able to throw Aqua Tails, farm down, throw Stone Edges. Doesn't matter. Opponent says, I'm done. Get me out of here. That's a good game. All right, next battle, we got Charge Bug into an Obstagoon. This is where you like to see the Goon here because you got a Jellicent in the back that doesn't appreciate it. Going for that X-Scissor. Opponent tries to catch and unfortunately does not get the catch as Papa is too patient with the energy here. Gonna go for the Crunch and gets the defense drop, making Surf a very appealing option here in the mid game, but we have to make sure that we come out of this matchup with a lot of extra energy here because if we don't, then it's going to be a very painful process to do some damage to that Obstagoon before it takes out the Jellicent. So I like this play here, going for the Surf with a lot of extra energy loaded. The opponent goes for a shield here, hoping to not have to deal with all of the energy from the Jellicent, but it doesn't really seem to matter here as the Obstagoon's still going to counter down. Like, so you basically take the damage of the shield, and I think that we're going to see Ampharos. Oh no. Okay, well actually, 2-shield Ampharos or Trailblaze. I actually don't know if it straight up wins this matchup, but going for the Stone Edge, opponent shields, thinking it could be a Mud Bomb, and they're going to see 2-shield Quagsire is just going to roll this poor Ampharos. Trailblaze is going to come through, but the opponent able to get to 2 moves here. Is it going to be another Trailblaze? Yes, it is. One more Trailblaze would probably KO 16 Quagsires and all of its children, but that's okay because the Stone Edge is going to take out the Ampharos, and the Obstagoon comes back in, and that Charge Bug has quite a lot of energy, if I'm not mistaken. That X-Scissor is going to hurt, and it's going to be able to KO. Going for that combo play. Very nice. This is going to take out the Obstagoon, and that is a good game. Very well played. All right, getting into our next battle here, we're going to have Charge Bug on the lead versus a Medicham. Another very positive lead for the Charge Bug. Able to pick up a lot of good leads here in the veteran ELO range. Always good to see when, you know, a Pokemon that isn't super hard meta is able to thrive in a situation like this. So I'd like to see Charge Bug winning leads. It's very nice to see. So the opponent going for a Carbink swap, and in comes the Quagsire. And we get the Stinky Binky in lockdown. Aqua Tail is going to absolutely murder this poor little Binky Dink. And now, I mean, we're just going to sit here and watch as the Aqua Tails just chip, tink, 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 little bits over here, but we're going to go for an Overfarm. Easily just tank one move here. Absolutely. An Overfarm, get a bunch of Aqua Tails off. Goes for the Moonblast, full sends it. Going for a nice Overfarm here on energy. Love to see it because the opponent now has to decide if they really want to shield, which I wouldn't. Yeah, you let this go. Medicham is going to come in, but unfortunately for the Medicham, the Quagsire has so much energy they can get at least 2 to 3 Aqua Tails off, and now they're going to force the shield on CMP, which is unfortunate for this Medicham as they just let it go, and there's a Pelipper in the back waiting to be eaten alive by Charge Bug and its Volt Switches, and the Jellicent's just there for moral support. No, Jellicent does come in here actually, as we don't want to tempt poor little Charge Bug to shield too many times here. We just get it as low as you can. The Hurricane hurts, but it doesn't matter. Shield or not, you're gonna get shields with the Shadow Ball. The opponent kind of has to, but at this point, okay, now I can see why they didn't come in. It was a little bit lower than I thought. So X-Scissor maybe gets another shield, but one more Volt Switch. Oh, it doesn't do it, but is the Surf going to be enough? Dude, is this going to be enough damage? I don't know. The Surf does. It does enough. Oh, with 1 HP and a Dream. Good game. Saving those shields for the next game here as we get into the Lickitung matchup. This is where the Lickitung needs to be. Unfortunately, has very strong matchups into the Quagsire and the Jellicent, both having Power Whip for both of them, plus the lick damage against the Jellicent really adds up. The opponent throwing on alignment there, unfortunately, not very good timing. They throw as soon as they get the move on their 12th turn, which also lines up with the Volt Switch getting to, on 3 of those, that's 12 turns as well. So unfortunately, the opponent giving this Charge Bug a lot of free energy, making this a very, very comfortable matchup at this point. Probably could have gone for a full Volt Switch farm down if the opponent's throwing their energy as soon as they get it. But going for the safe play here, and now we're going to see a Nidoqueen pop in, and there's an Azumarill in the back, and now this is looking very good for Jellicent, as it has very popular matchups, not popular matchups, has very positive matchups into the rest of this team, as Jellicent can easily go for Surfs into the Nidoqueen and walls the, oh no, I wouldn't say walls, but definitely forces the Azumarill to go for Play Rough, which is, you know, it's 6 bubbles, 6-5 or so, and that's quite a bit of energy, and it takes a while for Azumarill to get there. So we're going to see now a CMP tie where the Quagsire has now done its duty. Lets it go. Quite nice here. Ice Beam going to take out the Quagsire. Jellicent comes in. Easily should be looking at a 1 to 2 shield sweep here with Jellicent. They go for the Poison Fang. No, they full set the Earth Power. Oh, that's dangerous, as the Earth Power does like 65-70% of the Jellicent's HP. Need to catch a move, and what? I've seen that happen on my game a couple of times. What? Huh? It like just went from move to shield? What the heck was that? Niantic, fix your damn game. Come on. Surf, number 2. Not going to be enough. Unfortunately, the Earth Power was too much. That's a good game. Recording's going a little too fast for me here. We got a Charger Bug against another Alolan Sandslash. This one has the Powder Snow fast move. Much better into the Lickitung and Dark types here with Powder Snow. Really shreds through Glygars very quickly. Also very good for Clodsire and things like that as well. Shadow Claw is overall very neutral, but a lot of emphasis has lately been put on the Powder Snow. As you may have seen in some of my videos in the past couple months here, as I've ran Powder Snow, Alolan Sandslash for a few different reasons. One of them being the better Lickitung matchup, and the other really is the Dark types and some of the Flyers, because things like Mandibuzz actually have decent matchups into Alolan Sandslash if you are running the Shadow Claw. So I like Powder Snow in the Great League right now, but Shadow Claw for sure if you're playing in the Ultra League with an Alolan Sandslash. Charger Bug comes in, opponent throws on horrible timing, getting a whole 3-volt switch through, unfortunately. And trainers, if you struggle with move timing, I'm not saying this just as a way to try and, you know, show myself, but genuinely, one of the things that I'm very good at is move timing. So if you're struggling with that, please consider looking me up on Metafy here. I got a link in the description, pinned comment, to get, you know, I do offer lessons on Metafy for fast move timing, which I can definitely help you master that. Or at least get you started on how to, you know, get to that point where you can master it yourself. So, going for that Shadow Ball here on the Jellicent, guarantee shield or KO. Shadow Ball is going to take out this Lantern. Opponent's just got the Alolan Sandslash, just a couple of Sandslash. A couple of Surfs should be enough here if the Jellicent can survive, which they should be able to, as the opponent running Powder Snow, not really worrying about this damage from the Sandslash. Able to get there, but the opponent throws a move to stop you first. Gonna go for that Ice Punch. Gonna have to win the CM. No! Wow, incredible move counting from this trainer here as they swap immediately to catch the back-to-back Ice Punches, which was a very nice read, surfing down the Alolan Sandslash, and that's a good game. Sometimes the things happen faster on the screen than I can talk, man. Good game, though. Very well done. All right, immediate swap into the Quagsire with a Powder Snow, Alolan Sandslash. Going to go for that Stone Edge, most likely, if the opponent stays in here. But let's see what they decide to do. The trainer here might have been adjusting. I know we saw them stay in, I think, earlier. Maybe we didn't. Maybe it was a counter swap. But, oh, man, the opponent's respecting that Stone Edge. That was close, dude. All right, Weather Ball. Not going to do a ton of damage here on the CMP tie, but Alolan Ninetales does win. So something to note for later in the game. Taking a lot of life out of that Alolan Ninetales. Oh, my goodness. Almost KOs it. Weather Ball still not going to be enough. Cofagrigus comes in, and now it's a little bit dangerous. But we have Crunch on the Charger Bug and some... No, we don't have energy. I was kidding. There's no energy on this thing. But live a move here. I think it might be a Dark Pulse bait. No, they straight send the Shadow Ball, but that's okay because the Crunch is going to do enough damage. The opponent would be, I believe, at 3 now, but they let it go. Saving the shield for the Toxicroak that's sitting in the back, walling the moveset of this poor Charger Bug. The one time you wish you had that discharge, but coming in with Jellicent here, doesn't need to shield anything off the Toxicroak as long as we can deal with whatever's in the back. We're chilling here. Opponent not swapping out, trying to get as much chip damage off on this Jellicent as they can. Mud Bomb letting the Jellicent get a little bit low. Could have probably farmed up a little bit more there as the opponent looked to throw all their energy. But they decide to shield, and then they come in with the Ninetales. A no charge on the Jellicent here as they look to potentially go for the Hex Down. Doesn't matter anyway. We got it. Good game. Well done. Papa Legba, very nice, very pretty, shiny team. I love shiny Jellicent. It looks so good. It looks so good. And Charger Bug being a red shiny, you know you got me sold. I love the color red. That's just my thing. If the overlay wasn't obvious enough for you, it's my favorite color. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.